So today, basically, I'll be talking about geomancy from a magical perspective as a way to uncover some truth or as a way of uncover what is hidden or what is kind of difficult to achieve or to banish. I hope you understand. So basically, it's just like this one. This particular discussion is based on a way of using geometry charts as a way to uncover what is hidden. You understand? So, and as a way of making some banishment to something that is kind of difficult to achieve. So, but this one, but before I delve much into this, I want to basically explain that this pattern or this method or this particular segment that I want to talk about, it is not, well, this method is not usually found among in the olden days, in the olden days, people in power like the kings or the people in power. Let me put the people in power generally, but it's usually common within the kings. So this king, even though there are many diviners in society, there are many powerful people in the society who knows how to divine or how to consult, how to see into the futures. But the king usually have the special people. The king, they usually have special people that usually consult for them, that usually divine for them, that usually give them some guidance. So they are kind of diviner like that they are special to the kings, especially when the issue is kind of tough. Do you understand? Right? So there are these people. Now, what I want to discuss now is one of the secrets of these people. The secret of this war, one of these one of the highly professionals, diviners. What make them stand out among other diviners? So one of the things, or one of the things that could easily make them to be summoned by the kings or by people in powers, because it is when the issues has become so tough or uneasy to understand, that is when they usually call this kind of people to come and divine about that situation. Do you understand that? So it is one of the things they do I want to bring out one of the tough situations, then use this chart to explain how they normally uncover that hidden truth. Because the reason why I'm using the word uncover hidden truth is because other diviner might have attempted to answer that query, but probably are not getting it the way it is supposed to be. They are not getting it rightly. So, or they are getting it, but they are not giving a perfect picture. Or let me just use the word that seems to be the easiest way to explain it. They are not getting it rightly. Because if they are getting it rightly, they won't consult the higher diviner to come and intercept or intercede into the matter. Do you understand that? So now, this is the let me break it down or make it more let me use an example to make it more simple to understand. Now let's say there are some people in the society who believe that they are so powerful that anybody on this earth can do to them. So they are now using their power to torment the society. They are using their power to affect the society. Now let's say the government or the security people, the force, the militaries. So they have been trying their best to capture these people, and they couldn't capture them. You understand? So when these people in security, the security peoples or the force or the king, then try to say, oh, we cannot allow these evil people to continue living in this society. We must look for a ways to stop them. Yet, if they didn't go beyond ordinary step, they will find it, because these people seems to be more fortified. These people seems to be more fortified that except somebody that is kind of extraordinary, that can get what that that can cancel or banish whatever power they are using. You understand that? So the kings or the people in government would then consult these high rank diviners the kings or the people in government or the security people will then consult these high rank diviners. So that is what we want to explain in this one. Now, when they consult them, the purpose of learning this is to upgrade yourself, whatever you have known about the geomancy, blah blah blah, like that. So this is just like a basic, another additional information to whatever you might have known. It is easy. Let me now create an example. Let me create one of the scenarios that, let me paint a picture of, or let's say something's happening to society, and let me just paint a picture so that you understand. Now, let's say there are people who are tormenting the society, maybe by stealing people's property or by doing evil to others. Then maybe according to the law of that society, anybody that do that offense they are committing is to kill them. Now they have caught somebody doing that evil. They want to kill the person. Maybe they are trying to shoot the person, shoot, no way to shoot the person. They have tried their best. You understand? Maybe the person has done some fortification or some power, something that will not make the person to be killed. Sorry, that will not make the person for gun to be able to kill that person. Maybe the person has done one or two things. Then how do you then use geomancy to discover how to conquer such person? How to uncover whatever, how to banish or cancel whatever power the person is using, so that gun something that is doing cannot work. Because in fact, let me even tell you something. In Africa, in Nigeria, there are some people that if you shoot them, if in an attempt to shoot them, instead of the bullet to go and meet them, it will come and meet you. It will reverse back to you. There are powers like that. There are people doing that. So let's say this kind of people now is committing offense to the highest level that and the government want to do something about it. Maybe they have called the attention of the security people to do, but they are afraid that if you are the security person too, you are afraid now. How will you shoot somebody when you know that somebody in the same force with you, the security people, maybe the police or the army, they have tried to shoot the person, and the bullet is turning back. As a force person or as a military person, you will be afraid to do that. In fact, you may say you want to retire. You understand? But if these military people are getting retired because they don't want to confront such people, because it is so, let's assume they don't know that these people have power, they can easily confront them. But if they know that these people have power, it will be difficult for them to. So now, should these military people or the force people now leave the evil to continue? You understand? Should these military people then leave these evil people to continue? That means there is something that needs to be done in order for them to. It's only God that is omni-powerful. Do you understand? It's only God that is omni-powerful. So there is something that can be done. And that thing can only be done through researching about them. Researching about these evil people. You know that something can only be done by researching about these evil people. So it's only when these evil people has been fishing out and note how to catch them. That is when you can then say, otherwise, the military people, the force, the security people, you are trying to go and uncover them or to do something. You just like it will be as if it is the king or it is the governor it is the government that is indirectly wasting the life of the the military, the force, the rest of the people. Because the government already know that. But indirectly, the government is indirectly thinking that you have taken up the job of military so that you can lay your life to something. So it is that military person that will then go extra mile in order to go and do some discovery, research about that person. Now, let's say this military person has and he has discovered that this person is so powerful that if you try to kill this person, it will backfire on you. So this one will then move out, research that how can I achieve this thing? You understand? How can I achieve? So I want to tell you, if such a military person or maybe governors or president or people in government, people in power or the kings comes to you as a diviner, then how can you use geomancy to help that situation out so that evil will not continue penetrating or persisting in that society? You understand? So that is one of the reasons why, and the reason why I'm explaining all these things to you is because sometimes if you know something, maybe let me give an example. Let's say I have somebody that usually comes to meet for divination, and that person, maybe the person like me so much. I'm giving an example. Maybe the person like me so much. The person might not want to go to another person because the person like me and he knows that I know what I'm talking about. You understand, ba? Probably how to answer that question. Probably, I told that diviner has grade. let's say that question is not something that I'm capable of answering. Yet he wouldn't want to leave, because if he leave, he will feel like, oh, maybe I've disappointed. Oh, so do you understand? Some people, there are some people why there are some people who doesn't care. If you need the cast from you, they go to another place. Either you are get anything, they go to another place. You understand? But even though that has some disadvantage, but we don't want to talk about that, because if you are a diviner, don't let me debate. But what I'm saying that, well, it's just like, well, to people who don't know what I'm about to say, as a way to add to their knowledge, so that those people, those people that usually come to them for divination, for guidance, they will be able to have additional information on how to properly guide them. You understand? Taking for instance, maybe somebody is another country, and something's happening in another country entirely, something's happening in another country, and there are diviner there. And if this diviner that we are talking about have the opportunity to listen to this message, which means that they will be able to assist whatever is going on there. Or now let's assume that I did not teach it, I did not say anything about it. If evil is happening in somewhere, maybe I'm not expecting that, well, since I did not teach, since I'm the only one that know it, I'm not expecting the these people to come. They will not come because they don't know me. Do you understand? They don't even know how to get to my own place. Do you understand? But since they already know how they could get to you as a diviner, then you should upgrade your knowledge, upgrade your understanding, so that you won't be indirectly be contributing to the evil of the society. Because if there are people perpetrating evil in the society, and they are wise people, or they are diviner, or they are guardians, and they couldn't do anything, that means they are the one abetting or assisting or promoting that evil. Do you understand? But we cannot, which means that, well, in that situation, it is those diviner in that society that will then move far away to go and learn, research on how to. So by the time they come back, those are the people that usually then become the workers for the kings, because they have gone to learn, they have gone outside to learn a lot of things. They don't. Do you understand? So these are the people. If these people now see reality and they did not say, that would mean that, well, they are part of the people spoiling the war, the society. They are even part of the war, the people that you are calling evil. So if they are diviner in the society, or they are guidance or the seer in the society, and the society is not moving very well, it means that, well, these diviner are also the part of the evil in the society, because number one, it could be that, well, they know how to solve the evil of that society, but they don't want to solve it because maybe they are benefiting from it, one, or they don't have the knowledge of how to solve it. So if it is the case that, well, they don't have the knowledge about how to solve the problem, they are still the problem of the society, because they are supposed to move outside their terrain. They still need to see. That is why God asks us, command us, well, to continue seeking knowledge. If it is knowledge, your field is in knowledge, keep seeking knowledge in it. Let those that are into business continue doing business. If your own is inside this thing, because you are part of the security of that society. So if that society is not moving on, it means that you are also part of them. So now, I want to show you how to, like the case scenario I created, I want to show you how to do that, so that if you are a diviner and you do not listen to it, and your society is still bad, that means you are part of the problem of that society. You understand? It means that you are part of the problem of that society. Or if you are not part of the society, or part of the problem of the society, that means that if you are not part of the problem of society, maybe because you didn't know it. It means you are still there because you are supposed to go and seek for knowledge, because you have already choose that path. But let's say you are part of the society because you already, in fact, maybe what I want to say, maybe you even know it. But maybe because you are benefiting from that evil you do not do, that means you're also part of the evil. That means the society will not grow. So we keep on seeking knowledge for the betterment of our society, especially if we are in the path of knowledge. If you are in a part of knowledge and guidance and all those, so you keep on seeking. Do you understand? So now let's move on to the point on how to do. So I'm saying this so that both expert and non-expert could be aware of how to go about this. So which means that both the evil people and the good people might possibly come across this. Do you understand? It means that both the evil people and the good, the target, the aim is for the governors, the president, people in charge of something, so that they can probably guide their society. Now, the evil people that might see this, if they are seeing it, and the good people is not seeing this, the good people, they are not seeing this. it means that we are indirectly fortifying the evil people. That is why if you have the opportunity to listen to this thing that I want to explain this video, try to share it. You might not be the people that will help, but indirectly you might be able to have the people that the thing might be useful for. That is why it is good to share so that you get to, because if you are not sharing, that means you have also joined the evil of that society. So you share it. Now left for God to make the message reach to where it's supposed to reach or not. But share. If you are not doing, if you are watch and you not share it, it means that you are part of the evil of the society because you didn't allow the message to get to where it ought to get to. You understand? Now, let me now explain that the case we mentioned that they are thief, that if we shoot them, maybe they have done. If you come to Africa, if you come to Nigeria, they have power that if you shoot person instead of they have power like that. And when people have gotten that power, most of the time they usually misbehave, do bad things in the society. It's because they feel like, even the person who they usually think that the person who give them that power cannot even do that. So they have forgotten. So they usually think that way. That seeing that way. So me, I'm not telling you that this is like the reason why I make this public so that the evil will know that they should go and stop their evil because it is possible that there are somebody who know how to counsel that things they think nobody can counsel for them. So that is why, because if you share this thing to good people alone and the evil people do not know, that means you want the evil people something bad to happen to them. My own is not that maybe if you are evil, stop the evil you are doing. But if you see this video, you still watch it, maybe you still like, nothing will happen. That means you want the real evil to fall upon you. You understand? But if you are good people too, and you know that this thing I'm talking about, you don't know how to do it very well, share it. Maybe there are somebody that might need it. So that means you have contributed to the growth of that society. But you not sharing it, doing that you are you want that failure to the good, the evil in that society to continue. So listen to this thing, knowing how to do it, it's now left in your own hand. Me, I have done my own part because I'm using my own something to explain, using my own time to explain this thing now. So now, let me now show you a good example. Number one, first of all, know that this chart, when you cast your chart, I'm not talking about chart without maze. Either you are practicing Western Geomancy or you are practicing Eastern Geomancy or you are practicing Arabic, whichever one. Whatever I'm discussing, maze must be in that chart. If maze is not there, maybe you are doing something on your own or you are on your own. Do you understand that? So maze must be there. Whatever I'm teaching. So maze, you must check if there's maze. You understand, Now, after you have like this one, the reason why I talked about that one is because this particular one, I didn't check if there is a maze or not, because this is for a discussion purpose, not for any real life or something. It's just for a discussion purpose. So whether the maze is there or not, I didn't check. You understand? So in case you are checking if there is maze or not, now, how do you go about? Let's say the person has talked about, there is somebody so person. The person mentioned that person. He said that person has power. That if you shoot the person, you have casted this kind of. Let's say you have casted a chart. Now, one of the things you need to know, one of the things you need to check. Look to house 1. Look into the house 1. Now, let me first of all make something. What you need to first, what you need to know is what is it called? The principle that guides this particular thing I want to talk about is called aspect. It is similar to what usually done in Western geomancy, but this is from Arabic perspective of it, from the Eastern perspective of it. Do you understand that? So aspect. Once you understand the concept of aspect, what I want to explain will be easy for you to understand. Now, this is what I want to explain. Now, let's say this is the person, the king. If you are talking about the king, maybe house 10 is house of the king. That is not where you are concerned with. So the person that comes to you to come and complain that there is somebody that is aiming to bring down that person is tormenting the society, is affecting the society, and he is doing as if power. And if you shoot the person, the gun will reverse back to him, and he doesn't want to die. Of course, nobody wants to die now. So that person belongs to this place. Do you understand? But now, this person belongs to this place. Now, the person is mentioned. Number one, there are ways you can go about it. If you know the name of that person, the name of that person, and the mother names of that person, you look for the names of all these things. All these things are names as well. Yes, right. So but I will explain to, because may not, because if I should be explaining the name of how many names do I want to explain, how many I want to mention all the names of people in the whole world. I'm in Africa, for instance. You will like, why do I know the names of people in China? Let's say this person that want to listen to this one is from China or something. So I will choose another method of to explain this. Because in geomancy there are different ways to different things. You understand, ba? So, but what are they being? You know the. Let's say it is in Africa, and you know the name of the person, and you are very versatile in geomancy. What you just look for the person on this table. Just look for the person name. This one is a name. This is a name. All this one are different names. Just look for the names of that person. That person is what you are looking for. But I don't want to explain that because that might not be easy. I cannot mention how many names, thousands of names, so we may not be able to do that. So what you will then do is this. You go back to, you assume that, well, this is you, this is that same person. This is you, this is that same person you want to catch. So that's why I said that, well, this is from a magical perspective. How they being it is from the normal something. We just go to house 10 to go and do the math, whatever we want to do. But this is a magical perspective of the world, this thing. So now, this is magical. It is magical, like people performing magic outside. That same magic is what you want to perform on this altar, this particular table we have now. Do you understand? So instead of you to go and be buying one ingredient or be conjuring one spirit or something, you can do that same thing with. That is what one of the things they do in Doribu. There's another version of this they call Doribu. Do you understand? That's one of the things they do there. But this geomancy itself is both talisman, magical, lot of things based on how you're under. It all depends on your how versatile you are about it. Do you understand? But don't let me deviate too much. So this automatically becomes you, and this automatically becomes the person you are targeting. The reason why you this one becomes becomes you and the person is because, number one, you don't know the person's name, but you have the mental picture of that person. Maybe you don't know the person names and the mother's name of that person, or the person name and you don't have the full details of the person name. Do you understand? But you have the mental picture of that person. That there are some people you know that you don't know their name, but if you remember them, just because you don't remember them, but their picture still comes to your face, isn't it? Aha! So that is why you are both in house one. The person is inside you, not outside. Because if it's outside, you'll be able to know the person's name. So you are merged together in house one. I hope you are getting it. That is number one reason why we are looking at house one. And that reason why we are looking at house one is because if you shoot the person, the thing is reversing back to you. This is not only used for shooting, but I'm using shooting as an example. If you have used another scenario, we will see, but I'm using, and because it's the shooting I use, that is why I'm capitalizing or user. So that means that, well, if you shoot that person, he's coming back to you. It's like you want to shoot yourself. So that means that, well, this is you, this is that person at the same time. House one is you and that person at the same time. So after getting that, but mind you, if you know the person name, it is another method. You cannot use this method. You're only deceiving yourself, because so you should understand how delicate, how somehow, how this thing is. So you have to know what the method you want to use. We are not talking about the method. The reason why I did not talk about the method of name is because it might not be easy for me to be telling you, because this one is fat. The names for this one represent alone is more than depend on how rich the language of your country is. Depend on how versatile the names in your country. So this one alone, so we are not using that method. So we are using the method that I can easily use to explain for you at this period. I could have used another. So if you know the person name, automatically you cannot deceive yourself. That let me assume that I do not know the person. You are only deceiving yourself. If you go and try to shoot the person, it will bounce back on you. So don't do what I did not tell you. Don't say me I tell you or something. No, I didn't tell you that. The method I'm teaching you, in Eastern Geomancy and Arabic Geomancy, we have qaida for different things. This qaida is for somebody you don't know, you don't have the full details of the full details of the person's name, but you have the picture. It's either you have the picture physically or in your mind, you know the pictures. That's why there are some charms that they will tell you that, well, it is the picture they want to use. There are some charms or magic you want to do. They will tell you that it is name, because the qaida in that charms or magic they want to use goes with pictures. The one that has to go and bring the person name, the qaida or method that goes with that things they want to do to the person, go with the person name. So now in this magical something we are talking about, this particular coin that I'm talking about, this particular method I'm talking about goes with if you don't know the person's name. Not that you know the person name, you still have the person picture, or you have know the person name, you have the metal picture. If you have the person's name, that means you person, if it is person name, that means you are not going to use this method, because let's say it's a versatile geomancer. What if you have the person's name, let's say it's another person that knows how to use name to interpret something. No, let's say that one. So if this person that comes to you have name, know the names of the person, also have the mental picture, that means I will just pick one. Oh, don't better tell me the name of that person. I'll use the mental picture corridor. But if this person, I might also decide, oh, let me use the person's name to interpret. But since it is only one that I'm teaching you, it means that, well, if the person that comes, you already know the person's full name, that means this thing is beyond you. Let the person go and meet another person to divine for him or guide him or something. Or you take him. Do you understand? So I'm repeating myself. I don't want to make mistake. I don't want you to go and put somebody in trouble. Maybe you have, because I've said that you're not doing. I don't want any. So if anything I say from beginning to end, if you don't understand, ask me in the comment section, or find a way to at least to ask me. Don't do something I did not say. Sorry, don't remove anything. You can, if anything I say, don't make sure that it is everything that you can. Then add whatever style, whatever you like, want to add, but don't remove from what I say. If you cut it away from me, it is you that endanger people's lives. You understand? But so let's continue. So you assume that this is the person's. Now the second step or the next step after all those is this. Look at where this thing, the pit, move to. Now, looking at this one, for instance, now this one is house 1, house 2, house 4. This is house 4. This one passes from house 1 to this one. Automatically, it means that, oh, God has cashed that evil. That person you want to catch, God has already cashed the person. So God is not expecting you. That means you are in the right place to catch the person. You understand? But if this house is not move anywhere, it means that that things you want to go and meet is powerful than you. Don't bother to go and meet the person at all. Don't bother to go and meet the person. Do you understand? But don't bother to. This one is not a case of perfection. So carefully listen. Don't jump to you have understand it's perfection. You don't say I said you should move down. This look like perfection, because that's why I said that this is not the case of perfection that we are using. We are using the case of aspect. Do you understand? So carefully listen to the end so that you understand the whole stuff. Now, so once he move, it means that this person, there's something that can be done to this person. But if it doesn't move, it means that nothing. Not that nothing in the whole world, nothing according to you, the geomancer, the diviner, nothing you. Not the diviner, rather that person that come, nothing him can do to that person. Maybe you will go and bring another person. Maybe in military we have different people in different ranks. Maybe that person that, in fact, because there are some people too. There are some people that want to catch somebody. See, this life is kind of complicated though. Let's say you have 3 people in military. Maybe one is higher than the other. Maybe the lower rank is now coming to meet you, want to go and so that he will be promoted over. That means that person have a bad intention. That means that is one of the reasons why this one might not move. He is expecting that you will go and call the right person to come and do the justice to the whole thing. So if as a diviner did not move, that means that person that comes to you is not the one that is God ordained to catch that person. You should go and bring another person. Or just, if you like, bring another person. Or just be looking. It's not necessary. If you like, can bring another person. If you don't like, or maybe another person. So just know that the most important is that if it doesn't move, the case is not what that person can handle. Otherwise, he just want to harm his or herself. You understand? But if he move, it means that the case is what that person can handle. You understand? Now, how do you then handle the case? Don't get me point by point too. The first one means that it is something that you can handle. Now, how can you handle this video is getting too long because it usually takes longer time to upload a longer video. But let me see how can I don't usually like to rush it, because if I rush the explanation, I might miss out some explanation out of, and I'm afraid this video is getting too long that might affect the rate at which it will be uploaded. But let me just see how I can do it be more fast, at least for us to achieve something. So now, Sorry, let me continue the video in let me because of the way I will upload it might take me longer time due to the data and internet something. It's not something, so you understand, ba? So let me continue it in another video, but you should understand, ba?